Automation. One of my favorite topics. I said it a few seconds ago. I'll say it again. Uh, the manual efforts have to stop. Your software vendors release software that is not ready. It's not fully tested. We are their guinea pigs. The internet defined this software that we could get it out in a second. It's just going to be on your machine. And you know what? The next buggy version is going to be on your machine a few minutes later. And when a whole bunch of people complain, we'll patch that. And gone are these waterfall developments where they would get the product to be perfect and then they would release the product to you. Now they just keep releasing and all the cycles are going so quickly because they're trying to compete with everybody else on features and functions and updates. Well, all of a sudden now some of the gaps exist and they exist very quickly that are out there. So you have to patch. When they come up with an open item, you have to be in the leading edge of those patches. And where things used to be every 30 days, then it went to 17, then it went to 11, then 10, 9, 8, 7, we're talking about 0 days. How many 0 days are out there where the patch isn't even known by people and it's being exploited? That the bad people that have got revenue expenses are figuring out their own 0 days and they're exploiting them to make profit. Okay. The next one is you want to lock down the systems. You want to control what apps are on your machine. If you're using PowerPoint like I am to present today, or you're using a Teams or some video like we are for this recording, those are the applications I'm running. If I don't need to be installing other applications, why is it on my machine? So lock down the systems to just what you're using. You should do that on your cell phones. You should do it on the desktops, the laptops, your corporate networks. Only have the things that really need to be there. And if they don't need to be there, one of the easiest things to do to increase your security is remove them. The next one is built-in tools. So a lot of the attacks take place in memory because they scrape like credit cards off, or they scrape your user credentials off. There are tools you can put in place that encrypt things at rest, in transit. You could, anyway, there's so many tools, and I could go in depth on the tools because there's never an end for the type of tools that are out there. But the next one is the legacy systems. Well, lots of people on this call have some sort of legacy platform that they need to keep going. And one of those examples could be like a manufacturing line or access control systems. That comes up all the time. Your HVAC system could be a really old control system. The pipeline that just had the incident and it took down the whole pipeline of fuel flowing in the Northeast corridor. Clear example. It works. It's been moving the fuel for 10 or 20 years. And that legacy system is probably not going to be changed. My dad was a lieutenant commander in the Navy. I used to joke around that my family moved around a lot between the different bases, but I always found them. Well, a naval boat, when it goes in the water, has the best systems on the planet on the day the boat is floated. When the boat leaves the port, it doesn't come back. And it may be in use for 10 or 20 or 30 years. In those 10 to 20 or 30 years, they'd be running Windows NT 4. Are they running 2000 or 2003? Because that was the best of what was available at that time. And it doesn't change on that boat, and for reasonably so. Lots of manufacturing lines are like that. The pipelines we talked about are like that. And people on this call are going to have some system or something in their environment that is a legacy platform that they need to protect. So consider that hardening that is very important.